each element has what I call a kind of state of relaxation, where at any time during the day, you can basically, when you have 5 seconds or 30 seconds or 2 minutes, you can take a break and go into the essence, experience directly that element in nature and feel it a part of yourself. The advantage of the 4 elements over other forms of psychology is that, for example, Freud brought the dynamics of the human personality in relationship, discussed them in terms of the animal instincts. Jung just wanted to go beyond that, deepen it, so he wants to discuss the dynamics of the human personality in terms of the collective unconscious, the collective experiences of mankind in the past. Others, like Erickson, wanted to discuss the development and growth, maturity, the rounding out of the human personality in terms of the tasks you have to accomplish during each stage of your life. There are various psychologies based on the social dynamics of the individual, how you relate to your family, your lovers, your peer group, and so forth. It was Shakespeare, as I like to point out, historically, who said, had this breakthrough psychologically in terms of the personality. And Shakespeare basically said through his drama and his plays and comedies that no matter what your external circumstances are in life, you still have a choice about how you respond to those external circumstances in regard to your own inner emotions, your own inner demons, your anxiety, depression, your anger, your fear. You still have a choice to make as to how you respond to them. And as Tony Robbins loves to say, you can respond like you're a victim and addicted to the past and reliving it over and over. Or you can respond in a way that empowers you and says, I am not a victim. I am someone who establishes justice. I bring harmony to conflict. That is a different approach, an empowering approach. And Tony, with the fire element, wants to emphasize that you, in your choices, just like Shakespeare, have the opportunity to change yourself, to do away with the past, create a new future by the way you live right now in this moment. So, the 4 elements. Let's begin, and I'll just do the water element here, and then I'll take a short break and see how many more of the all 4 I can do. The water element has spirits in it. You look at the ocean, underlying water in nature, this wonderful biosphere we have, is an energy, and that energy has an intelligent being within it. And that being is called a mermaid or a merman. So let's call this a mermaid break. So again, you have a few seconds, 10 seconds, 2 minutes, 15 minutes even during the day. You're very busy, don't have time to do elaborate, ritual ceremonies. You can just do this over the next 30 years, 40, 50 years, and it will deepen gradually. So I like to begin with the feet. So we're going to do a mermaid break. We're going to experience the essence of that realm very briefly right now. This is a workshop, not a lecture. So focus, for example, on your whole body, but I like to focus on the feet to begin with. So focusing on the feet, you have everything you can sense. You can sense the weight, the density, the muscles, the cohesiveness of skin and muscle and bone, the solidity of the bones, the feet on the floor. That's the earth part of the feet. You can sense the temperature difference between the feet and the surrounding air, maybe 20 degrees warmer with the feet. That's the fire element. That's the metabolizing process of the human body going on. You can sense the oxygen going through the feet. If you breathe in and imagine the air going directly to the feet, you may get a tingling sensation right away, but that's partly your imagination telling the feet, oh, relax and let the blood flow closer to the skin. You get more of a sensation when you do that. It takes the heart a little longer to get the oxygen from the lungs directly down to the feet, though. And then you can focus on the flowing of blood through the feet. Now, as I point out in other videos, blood is 80% water. You can just, and then the rest is nurturing stuff, red and white blood cells, all sorts of different things going on, electrolytes. Just focus or imagine the water element. So it's as if that 80% is all you're thinking of, and you're just sensing water, the blood actually, but as water going into the foot, circulating down into the capillaries, coming back out of the foot and going back to the heart. So it's just imagining a circulating energy, like a stream of water, going down through and back up. So just take a moment, and if you feel your pulse, you can feel that blood pulsing through your wrist. You can reach down, feel the ankle or the foot. You might be able to get a pulse there. But it's, if you, I can sense it directly. But if you imagine it, that's just as good. So take a moment and just sense the flow of water through the feet. And let me talk a little bit about the experience of water. Water inherently is purifying. It's releasing, flowing, it's calming, it's soothing, it's relaxing, it's caressing, it's healing. And you want to kind of imagine now that as it's flowing through the feet, you're getting a sense of healing, nurturing, purifying. It makes things feel complete. It tries, in its essence, water likes to make things fully alive. So it restores the life. It brings it to perfection. So just take a second now, focus on the physical sensations of flowing, and then look for those, or imagine those psychological, spiritual qualities of healing and purifying and making whole. So that is the mermaid meditation, taking a mermaid break. It's very short. You can extend it as long as you want. It's great for me when I want to go to sleep at night because it's so soothing. There's such a sense of pleasure and bliss in it. Just knocks me right out. If I want to go switch brain waves out of the day into sleep at night. There are natural ways to deepen this. So after you play with it, work with it, investigate it, study it, imagine it in as many different ways as you can then add to it a feeling of coolness. Drop the temperature. The temperature is getting cooler and cooler. So in terms of meditation, and this took me years and years to get. I have no natural ability. I can hold ice cubes in my hand, put them down, put my hands in ice water, and take them out, and I can't even imagine what that sensation was. If I imagine myself at the North Pole, I can get a sense of coldness, but it's very brief. So I had to really, really work at this to get it. But now it's after years and decades, it's worth the effort. The cold sensation creates a sense, an awareness of magnetism. Magnetism, like water itself, it surrounds something and it preserves it. And like water in nature is the one substance that draws in heat the fastest, retains it, and releases it slowly. So water has you might say, it can select what it wants to bring into itself, how it wants to treat it as it's holding it inside of itself, and then how it wants to let go of it again. So water has that very feminine quality to it. So the cold sensation creates a magnetic field, and magnetism is highly attractive. So if I work at that for a moment, let me walk myself through that, focusing on the feet, the water's flowing through them, and I imagine them icy cold. When I put my hands in a bowl of icy cold water with ice cubes, it gets unbearable. So that's what I'm looking for with the feet. Okay, so I get that icy cold feeling. It carries with it a magnetic field, and the magnetism is highly attractive. So I can slowly work that up the legs over time, over a week or months or years. And so it's in my whole body. So let me do that with my whole body. Cold water flowing through me. And I get that sense. It's like I extend it actually simultaneously out from my body. It's like I'm inside a mountain lake in winter. And it's freezing cold. And I'm down there underneath the water. And that water, the lake, is the water flowing through my body. I'm just extending the sensations of inside the body to outside my body at the same time. And it's, again, a freezing cold sensation. And it generates a great sense of magnetic field. Now, the thing about that, I don't know if other people can feel that when I do it, but I can feel it. And what it does to me, it is literally, for me, taking the 10 most beautiful women on earth, refining and extracting from them somehow the essence of their beauty, that power of attraction that can nurture and give to the adult man, the infant, the fetus, the teenager, whatever people need. Beauty has a way of creating harmony. That's the nature of beauty, and beauty is highly attractive. Beauty likes to be shared. It's not this repressive Puritan attitude, because its very nature is to take live things and make things alive. So if I do this deep magnetic power of water and magnetism, I feel like I've internalized the attractive powers, the healing powers, the drawing in receptivity, and the transforming powers of the feminine spirit. And nothing's going to replace sex, but what you can do is take the addiction away from it, so that the craving, the hunger to feel complete, to overcome loneliness, to break the sense of separation, to feel released in another's arms, all those deep instinctual human drives, because human beings are in this terrible existential state of 250,000 years. Homo sapiens has endured a horrible sense of psychological loneliness in the individual, and we haven't overcome that through our social interactions. But here in the water element, because we're not doing a psychology based on instincts or the collective past or the development of the individual in society or social, we're doing a study of the dynamics of the human personal relationship directly to nature. Nature is infinite. This water element, the magnetism, is infinite. So you experience that completion and power of feminine magnetism within yourself, and you still love sex like you always did, but there's no craving, libidinous hunger, blindness to the desire. You're free to approach it as a celebration, as a gift, rather than as an addiction or a craving. One of the best snipers in the history of the United States was complaining to me one day after I did a mediation with him. He said, I just can't help myself. I have to have sex, and it gets me into these horrible relationships with women. And as you can see, I was doing a divorce mediation. Now I'm doing a divorce. It's a terrible experience, but I already have another girlfriend, and I don't know if I'm going to do the same thing over with her. The guy needed a means of sitting down. Navy SEALs should be able to do this instantly. Their whole lifestyle is based on mastering water. You sit down, you feel the element of water, or surround yourself with it, it's inside you, and you unite with it. They sit there for 30 minutes in a state of near freezing in a stream. Because they're practicing. That's part of their practice. So some of the best trained warriors on earth, Navy SEALs. So here we are. We're not looking at the water as a weapon of war, as a means for approaching the enemy from their blind spot through deception. We're approaching the water as something, a great treasure spirit of nature, a gift from the realm of mermaids, a gift from the biosphere. We've been given this wonderful planet, and we're finding it inside ourselves. So once again, let me just go into that state again. Water flowing through the feet, through my whole body. And it's getting colder. And it's like I'm inside a lake, and that my aura is that lake of water. So with that sensation, that expansiveness, I'm not focusing on William Mistele as a personality. I'm not focusing on my body. I'm shifting my awareness into a field of energy, of watery, cold, magnetic sensations. And within it are also spiritual qualities, such as feeling one with all living beings, the all-embracing love that unites all beings as one. Or what you can get some nights from sitting next to the ocean or that mountain lake is a feeling of infinite peace, that you're joined, you have an inner peace with the universe. Those feelings, the feeling of healing other people, you can't get that without these primal sensations of the water element. Or another way, the water greatly enhances these. There's no metaphysics, no theology here, nothing to believe. This is all something for you to discover and process through your own life, your own experience directly, rather than saying, oh, well, Mistele, he declares. No. You find for yourself if this works. So that's the Mermaid Break, and I would like to go on talking, but we have 3 other kinds of breaks to take. So thank you very much for your time.